Welcome everybody to this examination being conducted by the American Karate Black Belt Association Shinsuk Haki Kwan, which is the organization that I guess started as the Southwest Karate Black Belt Association back in the early 1960s. Started by these two gentlemen and became a worldwide organization. Today we're going to have several members of our High Dan board and a few other distinguished individuals helping us give the exam, both current members and emeritus members of the board. Starting at the far end down here is a High Dan board member and vice chairman, Grandmaster Royce Young. Next to him, Grandmaster Larry Ritchie. Next to him, High Dan board member and secretary of the High Dan board elect, Grandmaster Richard Jenkins. Next to him, High Dan board member emeritus, Grandmaster Ed Daniel. Grandmaster Ed Proctor. Ed Proctor. Too many Eds on the board, I'm sorry. Now you got me messed up. High Dan board member and High Dan board chairman-elect, Grandmaster Keith Yates. And effective this week, taking office today, our newest High Dan board member, Grandmaster Roy Kerman. The father of Texas Karate, the man who started it all, the president emeritus and founder of the American Karate Black Belt Association, Grandmaster Alan Steen. The first national karate champion and co-founder of the American Karate Black Belt Association, Grandmaster J. Pat Burleson. High Dan board member and for many years High Dan board chairman, Grandmaster James Toney. High Dan board member, Grandmaster Steve Selby. High Dan board member, Grandmaster Robert Smith. One of the old head knockers of the old days that I remember knocking heads with a few times, Grandmaster Phil Wildman. And everybody else down there is out of my glasses range, and I can't see well enough to see who is sitting there. Grandmaster Billy Grimer? Is it Billy Grimer? I can't see well enough. That's what I asked for. And Grandmaster Troy Dorsey. And also sitting over here in the audience is Grandmaster Johnny Nash.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you may know, 8th degree is what these gentlemen are going for, and it's a really high rank. It's actually, they're going from master to grandmaster. Now, in most systems, including, I believe, the AKBBA, if the people just show up, they can basically be given their rank because they've proved themselves over the years with the things that they've done, certainly in martial arts and the students they've produced. These gentlemen, last year when Grandmaster Dorsey and I tested, we decided we wanted to put on a little bit of a demonstration. Now, these guys are not in their prime, and neither was I, but we gave it our best shot. And they do want to come out and exhibit their martial arts skills. And I know a lot of you guys are here to see that. So I'd like to introduce the people that will be testing first of all. There might be a slight problem with one of our people because I believe he's still getting ready. He had a couple of problems on late flight and a flat tire. But Sante Wilson, could you come up please?
There he is.
Al Garza. Jim Schultz. Jimmy Tavares. And David Archer. Okay, Master Garza. Our first to perform is Master Al Garza. Al Garza has over 36 years of martial arts training. He received his first degree black belt in 1977 from Grandmaster Ishmael Robles. He currently owns and operates Premier Martial Arts in Dickinson and League City, Texas. He holds a second degree black belt in Jiu-Jitsu and a fourth degree black belt in Modern Arnis. In addition, he is a certified family defense trainer, a rape aggression defense instructor, and a certified Krav Maga instructor. He was named 8 times as the Instructor of the Year by the Amateur Organization of Karate, was named the #1 fighter in Texas by the AOK in 1983, and is a recipient of the Golden Greek Award and Linda Danley Award for Character. He has wins in the Houston Karate Olympics, Fort Worth Pro-Am, and the NBL Acapulco Senior Sparring Champion. He has a professional kickboxing record of 9-2. He was a member of the AOK Board of Directors, the NASCA Board, and the World Martial Arts Congress for Education. He is currently ranked 7th Dan by the American Karate Black Belt Association. He is also currently the chief instructor for Premier Martial Arts and has trained over 500 black belts. These gentlemen are going to be coming up one at a time and performing, and then some of them will come back and perform again.
I'd like to honor my roots by starting off with the first form, Chunji, symbolizing the beginning, heaven and earth. With permission, sirs, ma'ams.
Mr. Jim Schultz. Master Jim Schultz, I'm sorry. Jim Schultz began training in Taekwondo in 1972 under the direction of Mr. Billy Bramer in the Pat Burleson system in Fort Worth, Texas. He opened his first school, Burleson's Karate of Mansfield, in 1973. He later opened schools in Duncanville, DeSoto, Grand Prairie, and purchased the East Dallas TKI from Alan Steen in 1980. He also had schools in Seagoville, Quinlan, and Waxahachie. He opened his current school in Cedar Hill in 2002. He earned his first degree black belt under Bob Harris in 1975. His testing board was Larry Castor, Demetrius Savanas, Mickey Fisher, and Phil Wallman. He earned his 2nd through 5th Dan ranking from Grandmaster Roy Curvin and earned his 7th Dan from Grandmasters Pat Burleson and Jay Trombley in December of 2000. Jim participated in the Karate Point circuit from 1972 to 1980 and ended his point career by winning a national heavyweight title in Mexico in 1980. From 1977 to 1987, he served as a Senate official and arbitrator for the Amateur Organization of Karate and was instrumental in passing many safety regulations for the AOK. He established and promoted the Tejas Open Karate Championships, co-promoted the United States Karate Championships from 1982 to 1986, and combined the Tejas Open and Southwest Karate Championships in 1987. His full contact training was guided by Jay Trombley, Ed Daniels, Pat Burleson, and the Texas Gladiator team. He won the Texas State Light Heavyweight Kickboxing title in 1979. He managed to take a stable of full contact fighters, which included Ishmael Robles, Troy, and Brian Dorsey, and was licensed by the Texas State Boxing Commission as a professional fighter, referee, cornerman, and manager. His amateur kickboxing team, the Dallas Broncos, went undefeated. He was also a co-promoter of Superstar Kickboxing based in Dallas. He has been a referee for the PKA, WKA, and the International Council of Kickboxing, being certified for world title bouts in all three organizations. He was nominated for Referee of the Year in 1982 and was appointed to the Board of Advisors for the International Council of Kickboxing in 1981. He is recognized by Who's Who in American martial arts and received the Texas Living Legend Award. Master Jim Schultz.
Sirs, bow form 3, written by Master Kenny Nels, are next in line to rank to me. This is the form that he modified and won U.S. with 6 years in a row.
Come on, Miss Choke. Let's go, Miss Choke. Come on, Miss Choke.
Master Jimmy Tavares. Master Jimmy Gato Tavares began martial arts training under George Minshew in the American Black Belt Academy. He received his first degree black belt in 1975 under Mr. Minshew and the AKDBA. In addition to Taekwondo, he has studied Kung Fu, Kali, Thai boxing, Hamuk Do, Combat Hapkido, Tai Chi, Kubodo, Jiu-Jitsu, and Jeet Kune Do. Since 1996, an accredited course in Taekwondo at San Jacinto College and a fitness kickboxing course there since 1999. He's been an active tournament competitor since 1970, collecting over 200 trophies and awards. These include wins at the Karate Olympics, U.S. Championships, U.S. Karate Nationals, Battle of Atlanta, California State Invitational, the first Mars National Championship, and the super lightweight title in the 1980 World Tournament. He competed in forms divisions until 1980, winning 40 first-place titles, and was rated in the top 5 from 1977 to 1979. He was rated number 19 out of the 20 national fighters from 1978, like Karate Illustrated and official karate magazines. He was ranked number 3 in 1979, tied for number 10 in 1989 after suffering a knee injury in the middle of the season. Star Magazine rated him champion from 1978 to 1980. He made the front cover of Karate Illustrated in 1989 and the front cover in 1981 of the premiere issue of Texas Karate. He is listed in the original Martial Arts Encyclopedia and the Martial Arts Source Book, and was inducted as a living legend in 1999. He had brief appearances in the movies They Call Me Bruce and Sidekicks. He was inducted into the Texas Martial Arts Hall of Fame in 2004. He currently continues as owner and head instructor of the American Black Belt Academy on Hughes Road in Houston. He received the rank of 7th degree black belt in 2005. Master Jimmy Tavares.
Sir, I will perform a form called Superman from the Jubilee system. Of course, with my modifications a little bit.
I'm going to make an introduction, and before I do that, if you guys, some of you guys can help me out. Our next presenter is Master Sante Wilson. Now, Master Wilson had set up to do some sparring rounds, and his people didn't show up. If there's anybody here that's going to be fighting the team matches that has some gear that can move around lightly with the former world kickboxing champion, we'd appreciate it. But I'm going to go ahead and introduce him and give you his bio. And if there's someone that can help us out, go ahead. Oh my God. I knew it. Okay, we're going to come back. We'll come back. I just want to introduce Master Wilson first, then we'll come back after Master Archer, okay? Master Sante Wilson, big hand for him. Sante began to study martial arts on August 20th, 1973 at the age of 13 when he came under the instruction of Grandmaster Ed Daniel at the Dallas School of Karate, studying Okinawan Shorin-ryu. He received his first degree black belt in 1978. He trained with Demetrius Savanas, E.P. Hill, Mickey Fisher, and Billy Jackson. He has also trained in mixed martial arts with Ken Shamrock, Guy Metzger, Alex Andrade, Frank Shamrock, and Kurt Pittman. He has wins in numerous tournaments as a junior and adult, including a win at U.S.Karate Championships, and won the ISKA featherweight world title in Lausanne, Switzerland in 1987. He's been inducted into the Texas Martial Arts Hall of Fame and the Texas Black Belt Sports Hall of Fame. He was the assistant coach with the World Combat League in 2005 and 2006 for the Texas team. He received his 7th degree black belt in 2005. He currently teaches at Guy Metzger's Combat Sports Gym. This is Master Sante Wilson, and he'll be coming right back up, and I think you're going to enjoy who he's going to be sparring with. Okay? Our next presenter is Master David Archer. Master David Archer began martial arts training in Monahans, Texas in June of 1968. He later moved to Lubbock and trained at the Texas Karate Institute there under Rick Vaughn and Bob Potter, receiving his first degree black belt in December of 1972. Later, he trained under Grandmaster Skipper Mullins. David had a prestigious tournaments career with wins at the All-American Open, Southwest Championships, Central North American Championships, United States Karate Championships, Karate Olympics, Arizona State Championships, West Texas Championships, and from 74 to 75 was part of the undefeated Texas Black Belt team. Between 1970 and 1984, he entered 52 tournaments and placed or won in 45 of them. He was an instructor at the Lubbock TKI from 71 to 74, taught in the Dallas TKIs from 74 to 76, taught in Austin from 76 to 78. He also taught in Midland from 78 to 84 and gave clinics from 1974 to 1988. Numerous black belts trained under him, including Mike Schaefer, Tom Downs, Tim Kirby, Tom Sinclair, Jeff Overturf, Lester Langdon, Bill and Terry Kent, and Robert Beast. This is Master David Archer, and Master Archer and I tested together for some years ago, and he beat me with a heck of a reverse side kick. I'm glad I'm not scoring him tonight. Some of our presenters are going to be coming back and doing some other demonstrations for you. Some of them are just going to go ahead and bow out and receive their promotion. Master Garza, I believe, had another presentation to make. This is Master Al Garza.
Assistant, Mr. Paul Ford, Michael Cannon. We demonstrated some basics for modern Arnis, Filipino martial arts taught in the United States by Professor Randy Christus, which I had the honor and pleasure to train under him for a decade before he passed in 2001.
Before we get moving, and I hope you don't mind this, I'm a Texas fighter from way back, and I had the pleasure of winning the U.S. a couple of years and went on to the kickboxing ring to win a championship in '83. But I want to recognize a couple of people. We already told you in his biography that Sante Wilson is a former world kickboxing champion. Well, one of the guys he's going to move around with in a couple of seconds is probably one of the greatest kickboxers of all time to come out of the state of Texas, and a two-time world boxing champion. How about a big hand for Troy Dorsey sitting on the board? I just saw a guy that won my karate tournament years ago that turned out to be a legendary UFC fighter. Guy Metzger, where are you at? I just saw you walk in the door, didn't I? You here somewhere? How about a big hand for Guy Metzger? I told we gave you a biography on Jimmy Tavares of what a great point fighter he was. And point fighting was really tough. And Texas was tough. A lot of fighters didn't like to come to Texas. But one of the guys that came here on a regular basis, one of the guys that proved himself as one of the greatest point fighters and a great kata guy too, Mr. Steve Fisher. How about a big hand for Steve Fisher? This past weekend, I had an opportunity to go to the Battle of Atlanta, one of the biggest karate tournaments and one of the most prestigious karate tournaments in the United States, run by a guy named Joe Corley. I was fortunate enough to be inducted into the Centurion Club. And inducted alongside of me were, but they weren't there, but they're next to me now, is Mr. DP Superhill. Do you remember DP? How about a big hand for him? And one of my best friends also inducted posthumously. One of my best friends, mentor, training partner, fighter, anything you wanted to call him, Demetrius the Greek Evangelist. If you remember him, give me a big hand for him. And I was fortunate, my two most famous, I've trained two super famous people, and I don't know if Regina's here yet, but I trained one of the best fighters, women fighters in the world, named Regina Thompson. She was there for me in Battle of Atlanta. And one of the guys that I've trained to win several kickboxing titles, one of the greatest kickboxers of all time, pound for pound, right there with Mr. Troy Dorsey. How about a big hand for Cliff Magic Thomas, who's here today? Okay, last year at the ripe old age of 58 and a half, I did a round with one of the greatest boxers and kickboxers of all time, Mr. Troy Dorsey. And so Sante's going to take that up. You got two world champions like you did last year, and they're going to go around for you and demonstrate what true Texas kickboxing is, okay? This is Master Sante Wilson and Grandmaster Troy Dorsey.